Temptation can sabotage your goals, especially when you don't plan nutritionally for what's going to happen during your workday. If this sounds like you and the wheels fall off the wagon as soon as you get to the office and you're hitting the vending machine, you're eating the donuts in the break room, if that's you, on today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can help improve your office nutrition and help stay on top of your health and fitness goals. What's up, guys? It's Matt from Weik Fitness. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Today, I want to talk about something because I think it's an area where many people fail. And that is, when you're at home, you can have the best items in your home in terms of nutritional choices. You can get rid of the ice cream, you can get rid of the candy and the chocolate and all of that stuff that we all know is going to be full of sugar that we don't need. What happens is, when you don't plan your nutrition properly for while you're at work, everything can absolutely fall apart. And what I mean by that is, when you get to the office, you see your coworkers, they're bringing in muffins and donuts and cookies. Maybe they're bringing in coffee with all these different types of sweeteners and creamers and all of that. Maybe they're bringing in candy that's been laying around their house and they put it on the table in the break room. Whatever the case may be, you end up failing when you don't have a plan in place for how you're going to handle your office nutrition. How many of you around, say, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you are craving something? Your stomach is growling, you need something to eat, there's nothing in your office, so you head to the vending machine. Generally, there's nothing healthy in a vending machine. Sure, there are some, health-conscious vending companies out there, but, they're few and far between. So you end up putting your coins in, you put your dollar or whatever in, you get your chips, your pretzels, your combos, your candy bar, your crackers, whatever the case may be, your popcorn, whatever. Maybe you, put your money in and you grab a soda because you need something to drink and you don't really want water at that point. And there's no coffee there, but you need the caffeine. So you grab yourself a soda. What I recommend are these 3 things that everyone should do for their office nutrition. The first thing is, obviously, you want to be packing a healthy lunch. So that means you're not going to see the clock hit noon. Okay, I'm going to grab lunch. I have nothing here. What do? I got to run out. I got to go down the street. I got to grab something on the go. I'm scarfing it down while I'm, running back to the office. It's just a pain. It's a nuisance. And generally, you're not going to make the best nutritional choices when you're hungry and you need something fast. So the night before, every Sunday, whatever the case may be, make sure you're planning out your meals for while you're at work. That's going to alleviate the problem of you needing to go somewhere to grab something in a pinch. So, grab yourself a healthy protein source, whether it's chicken, steak, maybe it's a hamburger, a turkey burger, a pulled pork minus all of the sugar, filled barbecue sauce and all that stuff. Maybe it's fish. If it's fish, make sure that you don't stink up the office. But, get a healthy, quality protein source. Add in your veggies. Maybe it's a piece of fruit, some healthy fats. Maybe you're grabbing some nuts to add to your meal. Maybe it's a salad and you're using some type of vinaigrette. Whatever the case may be, make sure that you have a healthy lunch every single day that you step into the office. The second thing that you need to pay attention to is to make sure that you have healthy snacks in your office. Notice how I said in your office. That doesn't mean, go in with somebody and you keep healthy snacks in their office, or you put healthy snacks in the break room, or you leave a protein bar, a protein shake, or an RTD shake, whatever the case may be, in your car. If you have to physically get up and go somewhere else to get your healthy snack, you're probably not going to do it. Let's face it, you're busy. I know when I get busy, I don't want to leave my desk. I'm slammed with work. I have client projects that I have to complete. I have deadlines that I have to meet. It's tough enough for me to, want to go out and grab more water. So I personally had to figure out how I was going to alleviate this problem. And it's worked for me. It's worked for my clients. And I know it can work for you. Now, I get it. Not everyone has a refrigerator in their office. I recently put one in. Now, people are going to be like, that is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard. True. It is a little ridiculous, and I get it. Not everyone, has the means to put a refrigerator in their actual office. I did it for the mere fact of, if I can be more productive throughout the day, I can get more done. If I can spend less time going from point A to point B to get food, or from point A to point B to get water, or a diet green tea, whatever the case may be, that's going to save me time in the long run that I can be helping my clients. And that's the same thing that can happen with you. Now, in my refrigerator, I have proteins, I have pre-workout RTDs, I have protein RTDs themselves. It's energy drinks, whether it's a zero carb Monster, like the white can. It could be any other type of energy drinks. I have watermelon water in there. What else do I have? I have a gallon of diet green tea, that Arizona diet green tea. I mean, I load it with some stuff that I know if I'm in a pinch, I can just go to my fridge, grab it, sit back down. It takes me 2 seconds, and I'm back working again. I can, drink, I can eat while I'm working, whatever the case may be. Something else that I think that you should put in your drawer is some type of nut, whether it's peanuts, almonds, cashews, pistachios, Brazilian nuts, whatever the case may be, whatever type of nuts you like, keep them in your drawer. Because if you're hungry, you can very easily reach in your drawer, open the bag or unscrew the lid, grab a handful of nuts, toss them down, and then you're going to feel satiated for at least a little while, because the healthy fats that are in there are going to help with that, craving that you're currently facing, whether it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever. And it'll help you make it through the rest of the day until you can get home and have an actual meal being, dinner. Or maybe you're going to the gym after work. So you just need something to get you to the gym or to get you home. I'm personally a big fan of protein bars. And one of the bars, and I actually have it sitting here because I know I'm going to need it later today. It's called the Best Bar Ever. It's a real food bar. Right now, I think they have like 3 flavors: a cookie dough, a chocolate peanut butter, and a peanut butter crunch, I believe. I love the peanut butter crunch. I literally just ate the last one yesterday. So I'm staring at a cookie dough that I have here. And I mean, it's this type of stuff that you can literally buy either online or in a store and put the entire box in a drawer, and it's there for whenever you need it. I mean, like these bars, the Best Bar Ever, it's high in protein, it's real food, non-GMO, there's nothing artificial in it, it's gluten-free. They can last in your drawer, they can last in your pantry at home. Pardon the crackling, I'm getting the nutritionals for you. But when you actually look at the label, and this is why I think it's important to find something like this. Now this is more of a nutritional bar, not really a so-called protein bar. Because a lot of protein bars these days, they're higher in protein. A lot of them are going lower carb. And that's perfectly fine. But if you want something that has some carbs in it, maybe you're going to the gym after work, so you want some type of energy, and you don't want to go, fill yourself up with a different type of carb. but yet you still want it to be a real food option. Like this cookie dough bar, you're looking at 280 calories, 15 grams of fat. Now, mind you, that's from real food. There's a whole bunch of nuts in here. There's cashews, almonds. I mean, the list goes on and on. The total carbs is 27, protein 15. So personally, I love something like this in the middle of the day because there are times where when I'm done working, I want to try and quick get in a workout before I sit down for dinner with my family. Now, I have the luxury of having a gym at my house. I mean, if you name a piece of equipment, it's probably at my house. And I love that fact. But again, it comes down to planning. So when you're looking at your overall nutrition for the office, you got to think ahead. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to go out and buy a specific brand of nutrition bars or protein bars like the best bar ever that I just recommended. It could be a cookie dough from another brand. It could be a lemon square. It could be a apple pie from a certain brand. Maybe you want something that has, pretzels in it. Whatever you want, you can get. And the flavor profiles on a lot of these bars today are fantastic. It's not like back in the 90s where when you started chewing it, not only did it have the texture of cardboard, but it had the taste along with it. These days, a lot of these protein bars taste amazing. The profiles are getting better. They're getting cleaner. So I can't, recommend them enough for you to go out, maybe go to your local store. It could be a grocery store. It could be a nutrition or supplement store, and just grab a few different ones and see what you actually like. I mean, it took me a whole, I would say, month of going back and forth trying different things until I found something like the best bar ever where I enjoy eating it. I know it's good for me. It's made with real food. There's nothing artificial in it, so it's not like I'm putting junk in my body. So that's what I recommend. I recommend you do the exact same thing. And the last tip, the third tip that I have for you, going back again, the first one was making sure that you have a healthy lunch. The second one was having healthy snacks in your office. And the third, if you can guess, is having a 0-calorie beverage like water available all day long in your office. Now, they make gigantic water bottles these days. Nalgene, Under Armour even has some. Blender bottle. What are some of the other ones? I'm drawing a blank. But there are a million different water bottle companies that are out there today. Find one that will keep your beverage cool, secure so it doesn't leak, and is big enough that you can store it in your office and sip on it throughout the day. So if it's a 64 ouncer, it's this big giant thing, that's awesome. More power to you. If you get something that is smaller, be prepared to fill it more often, which means you are going to have to get up from your desk. You're going to have to walk to the water fountain or to a faucet and fill it back up. If you have water bottles, like an actual water bottle like Deer Park or, Nestle, whatever the case may be, that's fine. But again, be prepared to be drinking several bottles during the day. That can get costly. Again, if money isn't an option and you don't care, it's about convenience, hey, roll with it. Grab your Deer Park, drink it, grab another one, drink it. And if that's how you need to get in your water intake throughout the day, so be it. I'm cool with that. But more economical option would be to have your own water bottle, like a Nalgene or whatever, something that will keep your beverage cool. And again, make sure it's a 0-calorie beverage like water. Maybe it's a diet green tea or a diet black tea. Or, if you have to have a soda, if you're weaning off a regular soda and you go to something like from, say, a regular Coke to a Coke Zero Sugar or Coke Zero or whatever the heck they're calling it these days, then so be it. But again, you want to try and get in as much water as you can. So the bigger the bottle, the longer it's going to last. Obviously, you want to drink several during the day to meet your water requirements, stay hydrated. But those are the three main things that I really believe that in order for you to maintain on the path to reaching your health and fitness goals, whether it's weight loss, putting on quality muscle, whatever the case may be, those three things are a must. 1, pack a healthy lunch. 2, have some type of healthy snack at your desk at all times. If you get a box of protein bars, like the Best Bar Ever bars that I mentioned, when you finish your last one, make sure that you have another box to replace that. Because the following day, if you come in and that's gone and you don't have your healthy snack there available, you're probably going to end up back at that vending machine that we talked about. So have a healthy snack at your desk at all times. And the last thing, water, water, water. That should be your beverage of choice throughout the day, or something that is 0 calories. And that's all I got for this episode. I really wanted to hone in on what your day looks like, because we're spending 8+ hours at work. So you might as well plan accordingly so that you can still reach your health and fitness goals and have a solid nutrition plan even while you're away from home. So utilize those 3 strategies, see how it works for you. You can always change and massage and implement different things. If this works for you, but that doesn't, that's cool. These are just 3 of my suggestions. Doesn't mean that they're all going to work for you or your given situation, but try something similar so that you have a plan. That's all I got for this week. I hope you got some value out of this episode. If you did, feel free to share it with your friends. Mention to them, hey, I watched this Weik Fitness podcast on YouTube. You should check it out and subscribe. Or, hey, I was listening to this podcast on iTunes, the Weik Fitness podcast. You should check it out. If you're listening on my website, I appreciate it. Feel free to roam around the rest of the site. There's tons of free content. There are ebooks and audiobooks and a whole bunch of things that you can add value to your life and help you reach your end goals. But most of all, I just appreciate all of you guys. Your support, your feedback especially, whether it's on social media at Weik Fitness, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I love the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. Either hit me up in the posts or, message me privately if you have questions. I love to hear your thoughts, opinions, and feedback. So until next week, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, a fantastic weekend, and I hope to see you on the next episode.